Hello, my name is Frances Fox. I'm a trained remote viewer. Um, I hope to become your favorite psychic spy. I understand a lot of people are very put off by the fact that I was a psychic spy, but you need to know that I was volunteered into a secret program where I really didn't have any choices. But if you widen your lens, previous incarnation, in between lifetimes, I decided to come in exactly in that position in order to be able to teach you what I'm teaching you today. So, the fact that you're here and listening to what I have to say only means that you're listening to what I have to say to see if there's something of value that you can add to whatever it is that you think that you have that you do. That's why I'm here. Not trying to sell you a program, and I'm not trying to line you up for anything other than that. We have made some pretty powerful discoveries between this that I do at 7, Monday through Friday, and what I do at 8:15 with the Mantrista group, which are people that have been following me for about 3 years, and it's in Spanish. Um, and most of the people are of Hispanic origin, and the fact that in their families they what they believed in was not considered superstition; it was considered age-old wisdom. The fact that they understood that their dead grandmother her spirit could show up, that and many other things has enabled this particular group of people to very quickly get with the program of expanding their psychic abilities and moving into what are superpowers. We are finding that just like the conspiracy theories, we're now finding out that they were accurate. um, we're also finding out that things that supposedly weren't true or we thought were true, the information is incorrect. And human beings have throughout history had superpowers, and our mythology is absolutely a part of our history as human beings. It's not just symbolic. So we're there again. But let's get to what we're supposed to be doing here today, which is building your protection and reducing the fire, the anger, the hatred, and the fear that is the basis for war, chaos, not just war with other countries, war within this country. A lot of people are saying we're going to have a civil war. Also, war in your factories. You may not even find out about it. You may have employees that hate each other with a passion because of the environment that the planet is in now, where there's an excess of the fire element. And we have discovered that the movie Matrix was totally accurate, and it was a map. And I think that's why it was so successful, because people instinctively understood that there was some truth there. Total truth. We have implants, and the most important one is in the back of the liver, and that infuses in all human beings hate, anger, paranoia, a desire to kill, a desire to eat other people, cannibalism. And that is coming into the back of everyone's liver. We have discovered how we can cut that. We certainly have not finished our investigations, and we're trying not to be irresponsible. On the other hand, I don't want to hold back that information for even 2 seconds. The fact that a lot of people don't believe, that's okay. The fact that a lot of people aren't going to be able to cut it themselves, that's okay too. The fact that some people think that they can take care of it and they're not really equipped, I have to accept that. The information has to get to as many people as possible. Tomorrow, our website, francesfox.com, probably in the afternoon, we'll have the article explaining the discovery and explaining in detail how it is that you can cut it other dimensionally. If you're still struggling other dimensions and you're struggling with whether you have a spirit body, and it only pops up when you're dead, it's going to go over your head. But it's there. It's an opportunity. Even if you just read it, you will be widening your lens and more ready for what's going to land on top of your head within several months anyway, whether you want it or not. So I always start this with a sketch, a mind map of the collective group, those of us that are here today. And this is what we look like. we have that little triangle. That's good. That's half of the Merkaba, which is the galactic vehicle. I'm not going to go into a whole speech on that. And the third eye, it's here at this level. It's good. It's small, but it's getting correctly positioned. And then our mind streams for the first time are twirling. So does that make me hysterical? I'm a Cancer. I get hysterical easily. I worry about everything. But I think that we're reaching the point where we're going to have this incredible level of creativity. Spiraling is creativity. If you look at the Renaissance art, you'll see that a lot of the figures have this halo around them. Some of them are very elaborate and very beautiful. Those are mind streams. Now I have to say a story to back that up. I was trained when I was a child in martial arts and then dropped that forever. And 20 years ago, I decided I wanted to try it again. And I did private classes. I wasn't going to embarrass myself in front of all these kids. And as the martial artist is in front of me and we're like circling each other, I said to him, "What's that in your chest?" And he said, "What?" I said, "I see some braids." He went, "Oh, yeah, I started iron shirt training, but I didn't finish it." And it was true. His chest was braided. I said, "What is that?" He said, "Well, it's a training and it's so that knives, when I finish it, a knife will not be able to penetrate my chest." I was like, wow. Iron shirt training is a martial arts training, very esoteric, thousands of years old. And I don't know how they do it. I probably should try to find out if I can. But basically, they take your mind streams. Let me show you what your mind streams look like for those of you that are new. And they braid them in your chest or in the area that you want to protect. Those. Now, how do you go from that to a braided chest? It's years of training, as he said to me, and he did not complete it. Those halos that you see with the elaborate, those are mind streams. We're getting there. This is good news. Now, where is the triangle of protection? It's not there. So we are going to cut to the chase. Being that everything is, there are too many places where everything can explode, implode. Why don't we go ahead and just go directly to what we established again last night is what gives you the triangle of protection, which is kind of like the pyramids that were built for the pharaohs that were to protect their bodies, not just their physical body. It was already dead. But the bodies that are attached to the physical body, the etheric, the spirit body. So this is like a protection. And I've got to take the time and find out exactly what is entailed. But it's a protection. We need it. Let's go for it. How do we get that protection? Because we've been playing this with this for several weeks. We get it with this mantra. Excuse me while I get it up. We don't get it by reducing your frustration, your anger. We get it with this mantra, very specifically, this mantra. Please, God, help us with our intention to miraculously purify the fear and hate. Now, I said this was the peace mantra. Because I really flow with my intuition and I have a lot of spirit guides that are great, and I flow with it. And then if I have to go back and correct something, but it's not that often, this is what I got and this is what I put out. What I didn't realize is that this is purifying the fear and hate in us as individuals that do this. At which time, because the law of attraction, the law of magnetic resonance is the most important law on the planet today, not the law of intention. When we purify this in us, we're not going to be affected by war. Duh. So we are also going to change the music. A very dear friend who's extremely bright said to me, "Isn't it interesting that the Medusa music, I love it now, and I didn't like it. We did 20 videos with this. I'm going to show it to you visually. We did this video with the mantra at the bottom and the map of, we did 20 of them, 20 different countries, including the United States. That is sensory therapy. The sound is the sound of the heart chakra and love, da, 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 da. The colors, the medusas. And when you have it on, you're clearing. In this case, I don't have the one that has the world map on it. I just have the very simple one. I love that when I did it. I ordered and paid for 20 videos to be made. And then I stopped liking it. It irritated me. And now I love it again. But you know when I started to love it again? When I cut the implant from Orion that funnels hate and paranoia, etc. My vibration changed because I was no longer getting filled with that. And now I love it again. That's the video, the Fox Sensory Therapy video of Mantrista music that we're going to use now. So we're going to do, this is what you look like when you came in, and I'll sketch you a couple of times, and we're going to do 15 minutes of this mantra with that music. The mantras are repeated in silence. You expel the breath through your mouth. And when you do that, all the tension that you have here, plus the tension in your hips determine your path in life, gets released. If you don't release through the mouth, you don't get that extra benefit. 2 feet on the ground. It's good to have the Apana Mudra, which is this hand position, which takes it stimulates a breath called Aprana, which is the breath for the lower 3 chakras. Let's do it. Um, remember that we started out today looking like this, and then we put this music on and went to the World Peace Mantra. Look how nice. This is bigger. This is third eye. And then you continue with your mantra and the music, and look how great it got. And then I sketched again, and there were two more triangles. never seen any of this. You immediately got the protection, which is that triangle that I will find out more, and next week I will let you know. But here's the trick. We have a series of energy bodies that look like this. And this one at the far right is called the Merkaba. That energy body is for galactic travel. So you got the first body, which you use to travel and work and do business and live on the physical dimension. The second body always is stuck to the first physical body on the left because it is the structure. It's also your immune system, and it's electric. So it sticks together. It doesn't have an independent life. This is your spirit, the gold one. This is your astral body, which is your spirit, and it's magnetic. And then you have your chakras. Then you have the mind streams. Your astral magnetic spirit body is the one that travels on the 7 astral dimensions. Then you've got your mind strings that interpenetrate all the bodies, and the chakras are and not in the mind streams. So, and then you got at the end at the right, the Merkaba. Well, the Merkaba is for galactic travel. And we haven't finished forming it, but the fact that the top triangle has dropped in, the top triangle channels the top 3 chakras: crown, connection to God, source; third eye, wisdom, psychic abilities, superpowers; and then throat, which is the first connection we have with galactic. These 3 chakras connect and can do business off the planet. This is theoretical. But our third, the top of the Merkaba is already formed and in position. We're missing the bottom part. And they both meet and center in the heart chakra. And then if the planet explodes, or if you want to travel galactically, which some of us are able to do, very few people can do that, this has to be complete. But we got half of it. You didn't come in looking like that, but you achieved this. Now, I don't know what those other 2 triangles, I don't know, but you're halfway there. Now, yes, the mantra for world peace is powerful. I put there on the chat the link to the one that we have that has the world map behind it. It's 2 hours long, and you should play it all day long, because that energy transfers, the intention transfers to the whole planet. It's a superpower. Superpowers are very easy in the other dimensions. It's the physical dimension that if you want to get something from here to there, you got to go there. You want world peace, you got to get everybody, the different countries and the leaders. Not in the other dimensions. Cut to the chase. That's too long, and that's not the way it works in the other dimensions. But I also have the power of induction, which means that when you're in my presence, including here in the chat, your abilities augment. So you can leave the money at the door to pay me for that, to compensate me for what I gave you today. I'm just joking. You get it automatically when you're in my presence. What percentage of this incredible changes that we're seeing when you're here with me are attributable to that? I have no idea. I have no idea. I can't tell you. Well, maybe it's 20%, maybe it's 50%. I have no idea. But it is a factor. You're going to get to where you want to go if it's in the other dimensions and your intentions are aligned with mine, which apparently they are. Then you're going to be able to get there faster, and your psychic abilities are going to augment. So in doing this, the only reason I said that was not to make me look better, but because it is something that was declared when I was a little kid by military and scientists in the program I was in. It's a factor, and I have no reason to withhold it other than being a little bit embarrassing because it feels like a self-promotion. but I'm not supposed to hold it. I have to give you all the information, good, bad, mediocre, accurate information to the best of my ability, which is what I'm doing. So I have to give you that also. So we got the third eye, that colors a third eye, that's what's driving this. Super. So why don't we finish up and do another 6 or 7 minutes having to do with supporting your third eye in this process of integrating with your lower three chakras, which means that your spirituality is going to integrate with your physical life, which should mean that there'll be less people saying that I'm crazy, and there'll be more people saying, I want to know what you know, I want to learn, what can I do? It should be easier for those of us that are into spirituality. There can be a lot of issues with this. I had a friend that many years ago, when I didn't really understand this, I sketched him, and there was this triangle was here. He was here and he was here. He was rejecting his spirituality. There's all sorts of things that can happen, but right now, this is the way collectively the mind map of this group looks. Now, the third eye, the big issue the third eye has, and it's very weird, is that when you get into the third eye and you're really operational, you become a master, you become a god. And it turns out that we're afraid of that. So we found out that the mantra for the third eye is this one. Now, would I have come up with that myself? No, but that's the mantra. So we're going to go ahead and change the music because this is heart chakra oriented, which is great because that's where the two triangles of the Merkaba need to center. And we're going to go to a music that was composed and designed. I don't know if your word design is correct for the upper chakras, especially the third eye. So let's change that and let's do 6 or 7 minutes and then we will finish. Okay. And remember that the mantras are repeated in that is the mantra that you can do if you want to develop your superpowers, which is, I think, the word superpowers is a word that's very triggering. It's like, oh, yeah, sure. Why don't you use the word human potential? Because that's what it is. Okay? So I'm going to say good night. Wherever we're going really fast. And it's more simple than it appears, or than we thought it would be. So hopefully we will be helpful to your process. We've contacted two people who work with the Schumann resonance, and I hope that by next week I'm going to be able to show you the Schumann resonance of the day. We're going to be able to see if you're matching it, or if what you're feeling and what I'm sketching is also, or is totally in tune with the Schumann resonance, which I believe that it is. But we'll be able to have my mind map and the Schumann resonance, and I think that will make it easier to explain to other people whose belief system is still going to be blocking them from accepting a lot of the things that are said that haven't been proved yet by science. We got to be afraid of science. They've taken us down some tricky paths. Okay, see you then tomorrow. Bye. And I put up the playlist. It's here. I don't have it. For all the Mantrista music, so that you can use it during the day. And it purifies and stabilizes your environment. It's very good for workplaces. Makes a huge difference if when you have kids that fight a lot,